Well, what happened in the few hours over the night was yet another attack on Ukrainian civilian infrastructure here in Kyiv and also in other cities. So life in Ukraine can be described in the way that that's happening all the nights, every night, in any part of the country, something happens, a drone attack, a missile attack. So it's a part of a very new reality in Ukraine right now. So it's not even surprising thing. It's a very normal thing right now in Ukraine. So just another night with a drone attack or missile attack by Russia somewhere in Ukraine. Now it's Kiev again. So as it often happens in Ukraine, you wake up with the message from someone you love, saying that it was a sleepless night in Kiev because of the air battle over the city.
Mm.
So, like I said, part of the new reality in Ukraine.
Are we getting any sort of sense of specifically what is being targeted? We know that specifically a grain silo has been damaged. Is there consistency to what's being hit?
Yes, but it's mostly about Odessa. It's about grain infrastructure, the infrastructure to preserve grain products or transport grain products. It's very important for the Ukrainian economy to have this sort of infrastructure because Ukraine depends a lot on agricultural products. But what's new for this phase of war post the Ukraine deal with Russia is that Russia is now targeting the very foundation of Ukrainian agriculture.
Mm.
The uh, installations, the shipment infrastructure in southern ports of Odessa, for instance, the very the very crucial infrastructure for preserving the grain gained again and again every year. So now, right now they're targeting the very basement of this very vital part of the Ukrainian economy. So I'm afraid that's going to be a huge problem for the Ukrainian economy in the years to come, even when the war is over, hopefully.
We've
It's a big
seen
problem.
a bit of a development this week in terms of how Russia is being targeted, and particularly this one skyscraper that's now been hit for 2 days consecutively by drones. Can you see a sort of a differing strategy coming now from Ukraine?
It's always been a case that the Ukrainian command, Ukrainian intelligence, and also political leadership that they also wage war not exactly on battlefields, but also in the informational space and media space. So they target Russia uh, not only in terms of in its conventional military power on battlefields, but also in media in terms of the image that Russia has in general for the world by striking Moscow, which was unimaginable even several months ago, by normalizing the vulnerability of very core of Russia, of the Kremlin pride. There's been a pretty solid strategy of undermining the very image of Moscow of being something invincible, of being something that you cannot hit. So it's been a strategy of undermining and compromising the very status of Moscow, of this invincible power. So it goes on and on and on and on. And of course, these attacks, such as these drone attacks on Moscow skyscrapers, they have little to no military reason behind it. But it in many ways, it's about the media effect, the undermining of what Kremlin is. And Ukraine command does this for quite a long time, and these things are just one of many incidents that happened over the last few months. It's been a thing of this year of war, and one of the bad things about this is that with the time, the Ukrainian public, the also media opinion around the world, they tend to be getting accustomed to what's
Mm.
happening. So yeah, it's just
As we
another attack.
started
So
this
yeah,
by
they
saying
do
this
not
is just
have,
becoming the new norm.
yeah, just a new normal.
Yeah.
And one of the downsides of this is that, you know, people get used to this somehow, even though it was unimaginable a couple of months ago, 6 months ago.
Yeah.